So Sir Keir has got the keys to number 10. We saw those very emotional speeches where he checked down his notes several times, and Nigel was very quick to point that out. But he's there now, and I'm very interested to see what that means on a global stage. What does the world think? Is the world a safer place with Sir Keir Starmer at the helm? What do you think, Martin?
I think you have to go back to what George is saying about Biden. I think you have to ask yourself, is the world a safer place with one more American acolyte installed in London now? Because this guy is really an American. I mean, he really is part of the American establishment. You know, he's very, very well known and very comfortable with the American intelligence community, very close to the Biden and previously Obama administration. And, you know, people are going to call me a conspiracy theorist, but here goes. For me, he comes across as a spy because, you know, you hang out with spooks and you ask them, what's the best trait that a spy can have or a double agent? And people tell me somebody who you instantly forget everything they tell you, somebody who you instantly forget what they look like, their name, their clothes, the grey man in the grey suit in the grey room. And that's who we've got now in Downing Street. We've got this incredibly opaque character who has really poor media skills. As Nigel Farage pointed out, relies heavily on his notes whenever he's dealing with journalists. Wants journalists to call him Keir, you know, not Sir Keir, there isn't really much of a difference between him and his party's policies and the Tories. You know, there's a cigarette paper between the two on many issues. But when you put one or two of the more polemic issues under the spotlight, namely the Middle East, you know, you've also got Israel's, you know, the Zionists, a guy in number 10 now. So does the British government now continue the saga, the farce of the Biden administration of, on the one hand, issuing statements and pretending that they're absolutely appalled with the genocide in Gaza and, you know, these killings have got to stop. With the same time, you know, we're sending more arms and actually pushing Israelis to murder even more kids and women. You know, disgusting.
Critically analyzing global affairs, the Muckrakers on today's News Talk, TNT.